Hey, welcome back to Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic that I bring to us this week, I'd like to say a few things. If you would like to know about the community, what Life for Living Well do as a community, you can find it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you also would like to receive the article that we publish every week regarding each of the podcasts that we release, you can also find it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. So you just need to sign up with your email and you'll be the first person to get the content of the article every time we publish it and release it. And lastly, if you do like to also see the visual side of the podcast, we also have a YouTube channel called Life for Living Well. So you just need to search for Life for Living Well and you bring it to our channel, and please sign up and share the video, and we hope that it will help one or two things. If this podcast, if this community have been a bless for you, please share the word and send the message to your network. So let's dive in without taking much of your time. The topic we're looking into this week is what we call 5 habits of a successful person. So what are those 5 habits that easily identify with individuals that are successful in the path that they have chosen? And maybe you already fulfill 2 or 3 of it, so that should encourage you to keep going. And maybe you haven't even started yet, but listen to this podcast today, you might decide to embrace it to your life as well, and then you begin to see the positive change that you really dream for. So let's dive into it. As we normally do this podcast, if you join us for the first time, is to find individual inspiration words and use it and build our content around it. So this week we are taking from Walt Disney, and he put it this way: all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. I absolutely agree with him. I actually agree completely with him. So he said once again, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So Walt Disney. So today, there are many articles and books that are written about how to be successful. All you need to do is to browse the book sections. If you go to the bookstore or even go to your local library, you'll be surprised. And millions of it, thousands of it online, and you will find it there. And there's also all these books and articles stated the step for a successful life and living. But however, only few of these resources truly provide insight into what makes an individual success. So the question is, why is that? Because if there is a one book that can show how you can be successful in everything you're doing in your life, I'm quite sure that the book will be the most successful book in the whole wide world, most popular book than any religion book in the whole wide world. But that kind of book doesn't exist. But what we can focus on is the practicality of success and how the people that have experienced success in their endeavors, in their life, are put together in the autobiography. So I'm just giving you a snapshot of it. So it takes self-awareness of our actions and intentions to even try to change habits. So if you're trying to embrace the habit of the successful person, we firstly need to be in a position where we are aware that the current habit that we have is not actually helping us to achieve our goal, but is actually becoming an obstacle in our way. So let's say someone that like to get things done, but when they look into their to-do list or in their head, they procrastinate. They say, oh, I will do it tomorrow. I'll do it next tomorrow. And they never get time to do it. That particular habit doesn't help you to achieve your dreams. It's helping you to sabotaging it. So developing a good new habit requires a genuine desire to do so. No one can help you to do it. It has to come within yourself. You have to be hungry for it. You have to feel the hunger to change how the things taste in your life. And if you have a dream, it is impossible when you have a desire within you to fold your hand and not do anything about it. So throughout history, there are various accounts in historians' records, in the textbook and fairy tales from several cultures have explicitly illustrated the importance of intentional habit. So one of the things you will find with a successful individual is they were very, very intentional individual. They are not just do things just in the spot of a moment, or they feel inspired and they just go and do it. And then the moment that thing is not there, they lose the vibes. No, they are intentional. So if their intention is to increase their wealth, so they will look out for the way to make that happen. If their intention is to build things for the future, they will take intentional steps to make it happen. So this is what I'm trying to come and explain to us, that many people that you want to happen for you, it has to be intentional. You're not just dreaming about it. You need to focus and create a desire within yourself and take intentional steps to make it happen. Maybe it's going to take you 1,000 steps to make it happen. So take the first steps. And one of the things that I've learned in the journey of life is that for people to come to your help, you also must have make a lot of effort within yourself, by yourself, to already helping yourself. Then the universe will magnet people that will come around you and support you. But if you are not moving, if you are not doing things, if you are not making things happen, it is impossible to attract anyone to come to your aid and take the heavy lifting for you. And what most people are looking for is to look for somebody that will rescue them. So no wonder that in our society today, we have many people that blame government for the cause of their pain. Government might contribute to it, but when you are becoming successful individual, you will realize that you have more power, more control than you think you didn't have at this moment, because you are no longer focused or waiting for the nature of the weather before you make your choices and your decision. You're no longer looking for someone to blame for the consequences or what is happening in your life right now. So not everything available to us is healthy or can help us become a success. So let's focus on brief habits of a successful person by follow their habits. So what are the habits individuals that have become successful in their chosen field? So I'm going to, either through the athlete sport or through the business or through their relationship. So what is it that they do that help them to build that successful vision? So number one, most of these people do wake up early. So because I think there is something about waking up early in the morning, it takes time for you to completely wake up. So by the time they wake up, they focus on things that is so personal to them alone, not necessarily have to do with work, but they work on themselves. So it's Brian Tracy that said that work hard on yourself more than you work on your job. And there's a logic behind that word. It doesn't mean lazy about your job. It means that once you have worked so hard on yourself, it becomes more easy to work on your job. But if you work hard on your job and you forgot to work hard on yourself, you have the capacity to screw it up, to screw yourself up, to endanger your own progress. So, number one habit you will find among these successful people is waking up early. And why? So you have time to detox, relax, and be passionate toward your goals. So we often underestimate the power of a calm mind and are accustomed to multitasking, so rushing and constant distractions. But being successful individual, they have worked on themselves by able to set their intention for the day, for the week, for the month in the morning. So money himself, to me, have a unique quality. And what are those qualities? It allows us to focus and have clarity of purpose, are usually at their peak. But there are also some people that are also successful in their way, that they don't wake up early in the morning. So they even prefer to do most of their work late in the evening, and they work better at them. So the most important thing here is to be able to identify what is suit you, what is right for you, whether the morning or late in the evening. But what's more important is that you're able to do the thing that you wanted to do when you wake up, because there's no point wake up in the morning and just glozing through your phone or just sitting down on the sofa and just waiting for the day to come. No. And there's no reason why to work late in the evening when you already really tired. So you need to figure out what is your best peak time. Is it the morning for you or is it the evening for you? And number two habit you will find with a successful individual, they set clear, measurable, and achievable goals. And I think one of the danger that make a lot of dreams not come to the pass is because people's goals are so vague that you ask them, what do you want? I want to be successful. So what is successful means to you? You got to define it. Oh, I want to have a lot of money. What is a lot of money means to you? Oh, I wanted to pay off my debt. That's not good enough. So the most important thing is that your goal have to be clear, measurable, and achievable goals. Things that you will need to do for 3 years. You don't claim to do it in 1 week. You're going to be disheartened. You're going to be disappointed because there's no rocket science. It's not a magic that will just make it happen. But once you able to set a clear and achievable goal, you'll be surprised that every micro step you're taking, you're actually building an effort toward achieving that dreams. Think about the insects. How did they manage to build the house? They work collectively, and each one of them take a bite of the thing that they need, and they're constantly putting it together until it's done. So there is power in writing down your goals or tasks. Doing so significantly increases the chances of achieving them. So there is something about writing our goals down, and you don't realize how much that you have higher percentage to make your dream come true or implement it, even when you actually write it down. Once it's in your head, it's even easier to forget about it, to move on to the next shiny goals. And we live in a time that we are easily distracted from things that we're working on to another thing. But once you write your goals down and you set the priority, which one is the high priority, medium priority, low priority, and you begin to focus on doing a deep work by focus on one thing at a time, you will realize how much you will be able to get done in a time. So at the end of the day, our goal or our target, we must ensure that it's achievable, it's measurable, and it's clear. Number 3, learn something new, read and write. Someone said that there is not much advantage between those who cannot read and those who do not read. And that is true. Because if you can read, but you chose not to, and the person that cannot read, there's no advantage between you and that kind of person. Because reading will take you to the places that you've never been to. And you cannot be in everywhere. You cannot be in many places in the same day. And you will not going to live here forever. Your time years are limited and short. So the book is another opportunity to take you time travel, take you to the places that you've never been to, and exploring knowledge and understanding that you acquire and try to apply it to your current life. So we live in a time where so many things is engaging with our attention and focus. So many things are coming and flying to our mind and taking everything that we're supposed to focus on. What about the writing? There's a power in writing. We don't really understood how much we are all creative in one way or the other. And when you engage yourself in writing, you begin to slow down, thinking about what you're putting down, and then expanding your world through your writing. It liberates you. So you wonder why many successful people keep a pocket diary and write things down. They write the ideas, they write the imagination, they write their thoughts down. They don't just rely on their brain to retain it. But many people, they ignore little habits like this. And these little habits are the ones that will open the door of the big empire for you. Learn something new. Make it an habit to learn one thing every day. Even if you just pick a dictionary and pick a single word in dictionary that you've never heard before. Expand and think about it. Read a chapter in the book. If you cannot read 10 chapters, 5 pages a day, read the pages a day. You'll be surprised that most successful people are also keen readers of books. So the question is, why is that? You see all these ideas comes and you have no idea how the source of those ideas is coming from. So, however, we have vast sources available to acquire knowledge and understanding. Learning doesn't stop after primary education. As humans, we have an endless capacity for growth and development through continuous learning. It is something we need to embrace. There's no substitute to it. Every day provides opportunity to learn something different, something new. If you are ready and embrace it. That takes me to number 4. We are coming toward the end of the podcast. Meditation and silent mind. So the most successful people, you ask yourself, why did they meditate? Not all of them meditate, but what did meditation give you? It gives you the ability to quiet your mind. Some of them might not meditate. They might just go for swimming. They might go for walking. They might just sit down with just their thoughts for a few minutes, for 1 hour, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. Because we have so many information flying to us. The information that we capture by our eyes, the information that we capture from our ears, the information that we capture from our minds. And all of those things are flowing into our center of information, our mind. And the only way we can make a peace and connection to the universe is to quiet our mind for a minute. During the time I went to Japan, one of the things I noticed that some people will be going to work, even on their bike, then they will suddenly stop in front of a temple and they will bow their head for around 1 minute and they will just meditate around 1 minute and they will just carry on with their work. And you wonder why so the temple remind them to take a time to just disconnect from everything. Probably they have the family worries, they have the work worries, they have the money worries, but the 1 minute that you just quiet your mind is the 1 minute that you disconnected from every other things. And in a world that becomes louder by the hour and day, finding solace and silence within us is a treasure, and it's priceless that the money cannot buy. So there are many ways to approach meditation or silence. So find one that suits your preferences. Even a few minutes of this practice can make a massive difference in your day. It can help you to navigate chaos, help you to navigate pressure, help you to navigate disruptions. So because when you center, it is impossible for things outside of you to off-balance you. Because when we are off balance, most of the decisions we make at that time are not the best decision for us. They are short-term decisions, but they might screw up long-term intentions. And once we disconnected, we connected more to intelligent way of solving intelligent problem. Because one of the challenges we have today is we are so cerebral to an extent that we always use the intellect to want to solve intelligent problem. So what happens? We solve one problem, then we create 2 or 3 more problems. And when we embrace silence, we are more deeper connected to the universe. And in that sense, we have capacity to tap to the intelligence that created this universe. And lastly, focus and deep work. This is important. Apart from setting our goals and work list that we wanted to do, it is also important to prioritize focus and deep work. And some of the things that you will do to help yourself in achieving this is to block time. Is to just focus on one thing at a time. Resist from temptation of multitasking. So even if you have to say, I'm going to spend 3 hours to work on this particular thing, and I'm going to put my phone on the flight mode, or I'm going to choose a particular time that I will do this, that I will have no disruption or less distraction. It is important to prioritize focus and deep work. And doing that, we also become much better in what we are doing. So never underestimate the importance of focus work. And that's why most successful people try to tackle the most difficult tasks first in the morning, because you have a less distraction, your focus is high, your energy is high, and you can just pick it up. And the idea of focus and deep work is to block distraction and interruptions. So you will see many writers, they tend to take themselves to a place like a countryside or a place where they have less distractions. The monk like to go into the mountain or stay away from the cities so that they don't get distracted. Me and you might not be able to do all these things, but we can create a sanctuary in our space, in our home, in our mind, and create a time that best suits us to get focus and deep work done. So I hope this particular podcast will help one or two people. And if you think this podcast makes sense or you connected to it, please share it, send it, and sign up on our website. So in conclusion, when you consistently engage in this habit for a number of years, you will see a positive change in your world. Many people talk a good talk, but fail to take the right actions. So don't let that be your choice. Being successful have many metrics, but one metric that is more tangible is ability to accomplish what you envision. So I hope that this message helps someone today. And if you want to write me or you want to contact me, please visit our community website at lifeforthelivingway.com. Until I meet again next week, please stay safe and I want to have a wonderful week. Ciao.